I want to second this with tremendous respect and support entirely the report that the Jailer Committee committed to and really did diligently. Honorable Speaker, the most important thing that should be stated is that there should be an element of motivation for junior officers whenever they work in public spaces. That if you are a junior officer or a junior nurse or a junior doctor in a hospital, your motivation is that someday you will rise through the ranks and become a CEO of a hospital. If there is no other reason that this House should support this candidate, Honorable Speaker, that should be the only reason. Besides everything, if nobody finds any other reason, this should be the reason. Why, Honorable Speaker? This particular officer, Honorable Speaker, started as a police officer. A police officer, a career police officer, who has risen through the ranks. As a police officer, you all know the responsibilities of a police officer is to investigate, to do arrests, to take suspects to court. And this particular nominee, Honorable Speaker, started as a junior police officer, joined the service in 1999, rose through the ranks in 2000, up to 2005. He became a regional manager of, when he moved now to the ESCC, became a regional manager, then became in charge of the Coast region. He became a senior officer, the rapid response of the Kenya Anti-Corruption Commission from 2005 and 2012. I mean, this is a guy that has got institutional memory of the ESCC, Honorable Speaker, that with the tip of his fingers, he can be able to highlight all the cases in the ESCC. Because even as we speak, Honorable Speaker, the nominee acts as the director of investigations of the ESCC. He's been serving in that capacity, Honorable Speaker, from 2012 to 2022. Honestly, what other motivation would you give a junior officer in the ESCC other than promoting or rising or having this very senior officer rise through, become the CEO of that particular place, serve in his capacity as CEO, reorganize the structure because he knows the history, he has the facts in the office, and that is, Honorable Speaker, there wouldn't have been a better candidate to serve in this capacity, Honorable Speaker. And that is why when we looked at this report, Honorable Speaker, when we looked at his CV, we looked at his history, we looked at the way he handles questions and the way he answers, then we looked at his PR, the way he talks to people, because an investigator is not just a commander. He's a person that really needs to be a person who's got some very good public relations as they do investigation. We couldn't find any reason to deny this candidate an opportunity to serve the country. Honorable Speaker, of importance is the fact that this particular nominee, Honorable Speaker, has never been mentioned on any matter to do with integrity. Serving under ESCC, Honorable Speaker, comes with temptations. We all know that we've got, people around who are engaged in corruptions. And police officers and investigative agencies have in the past been accused of taking bribes, have in the past been accused of taking money so that they can be able to protect criminals and such like that. This is an officer, Honorable Speaker, that has served in his capacity as as director of investigation from 2012 to 2022 without a single complaint of any person raising the question of integrity about his character. Serving as a director of investigation, Honorable Speaker, comes with huge and immense responsibilities where every file of investigation falls on your table. Every serious file of crimes, again, financial crimes and crimes, the economic crimes, Honorable Speaker, falls on your table. But it is quite applaudable, Honorable Speaker, that in his capacity, in this time of service of 10 years, not a single person has come or raised the question of his integrity. Even as we were doing this, when the memoranda was raised, when we invited members, Honorable Speaker, to raise the memoranda, to tell the people, of course, to bring forth their challenges or their complaints they may be having against the nominee, Honorable Speaker, not a single one brought the issue of integrity, not a single one brought the issue of bribery, not a single one complained and said, he was harassed when he was serving in this capacity. Honestly, Honorable Speaker, we want to urge this House that if there is a nominee or if there is a place that will serve, will be able to help this country, is by pushing a person that knows. He's actually a person who talks less, speaks less but acts more. We have had a history under EACC where we have had CEOs that talk too much, but they do little. You will see a lot in the EACC. We only want to urge him, with going by the presidential address that was given, His Excellency the President read here, in the fight against corruption. Now that your body is independent, EACC is independent, this House commits to even allocate you more funds. Please arrest, have several corrupt people arrested. Corrupt governors, corrupt CEOs, corrupt ministers, any person that is engaged in anything, corruption. Have them arrested, have them tried. I see, okay, let me not say that because there could be some interest, and I don't want to say much. Somebody raised an issue and said, we are telling him to arrest so and so, and then they said if he hasn't arrested so and so and he keeps working with him, I don't want to say who, but I'm sure he'll arrest all the corrupt officers and all those people that are engaged in matters of corruption. So with those many remarks, Honorable Speaker, I request and urge this House to support this report, to approve this nominee. We have a lot of pending businesses